Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, doing a tarot reading for the collective, not a specific sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy in the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now, it's good to be back. I've taken a few days off. I've been doing that lately. Don't worry, more readings are coming. This is the collective reading. I have a full moon reading to do. Then I have a viewer reading to do. And then I will start the love readings. And don't forget, I'm still doing the July money readings. I'm just a little bit behind somewhat. But don't worry, all the readings are coming. So yeah, doing this reading collective. Next one will be the full moon. After that, it'll be a viewer reading. Because I do viewer readings. If somebody contacts me directly, like through Twitter or something else, then I'll usually do like a viewer reading to give, I guess, a baseline of where the energy is at. So yeah, and after I do that, then I'll start all of the love readings. So, and also since we're in Cancer season, Cancer, you will get a bonus love reading. I already have my love decks already out, so that's a done deal. All right, I'm not starting at the beginning. I'm working my way around this reading because of the title, obviously, which someone thought, or you thought that God didn't like you or something. And the reason I came to that, because this energy here, like all of the cards were coming out, but it's these, you have the Ten of Swords, ending of a cycle, obviously, air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Then you have the Hierophant as well. Why am I saying, for 2 seconds that looked like justice to me? It's like, I know that was the Hierophant earlier. You have the Hierophant. And then you have the Three of Swords, which is extreme hurt. This isn't, I mean, there could have been some betrayal throughout the process, but usually I'm looking at it from an extreme hurt. I'm not looking at it as a third party because the default for the Three of Swords is usually some type of third party situation. That's not what I'm going to with this energy. Something said to me, because I was thinking about this in the church, in like religion or something, and something like the energy that I was getting was that someone felt like the universe had it out for them, like they were being punished for something they did in this lifetime or a previous lifetime. And that's not the case. That's not what that is. I know some of you, I just feel, because you know how some people feel, or either they say I'm God's favorite, or whatever, or they'll say that about someone else, like, oh, that's God's favorite. For you, for those this is resonating with, I feel like you're saying, well, I'm God's stepchild. It's kind of been the energy, because it's like, will something please go right? That's where this was coming from, but the Ten of Swords is in here saying that it's coming to an end. Now, the other card that came out with this was the Ten of Pentacles. So this is saying, and I feel like that's where, I don't want to say animosity, but that's kind of where someone's mindset is at because of this. Like, where is my stability? Where is my generational wealth? Where is my win? Because I feel like somebody or some people may not have been putting wins on the board. The other reason I'm saying that is because these cards came out together. You have the Nine of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and Swords energy, air, Wands, fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Pentacles, earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And then you have the Four of Wands as well, which is about stability, upgrade, celebration, home. And I feel for some of you, your thing is you put in hard work and done the investment. Why aren't you seeing any benefits? And that's when you start questioning yourself. Am I investing in the right things? Why am I carrying all of these responsibilities? Why am I carrying all of these burdens? And I'm not getting the ideal outcome that I believe I should have with the Four of Wands, where it's home or a celebration. Also, it can be wedding, it can be church. Now, with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant in the read, Some of you, it could be something with romance. It very well could be that. It could be something to the effect of I've put myself out there. I'm doing everything I need to do. Why hasn't anyone committed to me yet? Why don't I have a commitment with someone yet? You could be in that energy. But honestly, I'm not getting that. What I feel this is, I feel like you're seeing people around you get the wins. Like they're moving into the new home, or they're buying the new car, doing this or doing that. And in some situations, for some of you, and I just heard this, it's like you feel that you're doing double the effort that someone else is doing, but it feels like someone else is receiving double the blessings that you are receiving. And you're kind of questioning, like, okay, why is this going on? Like, what do I need to do? I can't do anymore. I'm at my limit because I have 10 wands. 10 wands is the maximum. So what can I do? But the thing is, 10 wands is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. Part of this, and again, 9 of Swords. Some of you might have had sleepless nights about it. But part of this, I'll be honest, with some of you, it goes back to you not making a decision. You know, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and that person was saying that make a decision. Whether it's good or it's bad, make a decision. And then just own it, whatever the decision is. If it's a bad decision, then you're going to have to own it. If it's a good decision, own it. But just make a decision. I feel like for some of you, you were in a state of confusion. And also, I'm going to be honest, some of this affected self-esteem. Even though the devil card isn't here, because that's kind of more like what I'm getting is more like devil card energy. I feel like for some of you, when there were some losses that happened when something didn't work out the way you expected it to work out, that affected your self-esteem. And because it affected your self-esteem, when new things were presented to you, 7 of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, when new things were presented to you, there's two things here with the 6 of Swords, more air energy. One thing is some of you just ran away from it. Some of you ran away from the options because you didn't want to make the decision, is what that was. Also, what the 6 of Swords symbolizes too, for me, energetically, is that now you're moving away from the confusion. You're moving away from the 7 of Cups. If you notice, their back is to the 7 of Cups. Their back is to it, going the other direction, moving away from the confusion. Now, before, I feel, again, some of you, not all of you, and again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. For some of you, when options were presented in the past, I felt, or I feel, that it was somewhat intimidating. Specifically for those of you whose self-esteem was affected by something or some things, plural, not working out. So instead of stepping up and making a decision, instead of stepping up and making a choice, you backed away. You went in the other direction. But now, you're not confused anymore. I feel you're getting your confidence. Also, what I feel is that other people, you were waiting in line. Strange thing here. 3 Kings came out. Now, for those of you who don't know, and this is a little bit similar to Pisces reading, not all the way, but a little bit similar. But it dealt with the elements. If you have Pisces in your chart, or if you're a Pisces, be sure to check out the July reading for Pisces. But for this, it's 3 kings. There's 4 kings in the tarot deck. King of Wands, King of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. For this one, we have the King of Cups, water. We have the King of Swords, air. We have the King of Pentacles, earth. You're missing the King of Wands. And Wands is about movement and passion. That is something that more than likely you were lacking as well for some of you. That When it came to doing something, when it came to executing, you didn't take action because you didn't have passion. You were missing the King of Wands. Now, if we add the King of Wands to this, all 4 kings will equal the Emperor. That is what the Emperor is in the tarot deck. That is what the Empress is. The Empress is all 4 queens in one, and the Emperor is all 4 kings in one. So for you, the piece that you were lacking was passion and action and movement is what you were lacking. Again, doesn't surprise me because the 7 of Cups, there was confusion. There was backing away from things because you didn't want to take it on. But now you're moving away from that mindset and you want to step up. So I feel you're stepping into King of Wands energy to make this complete is what you're doing. You're taking action. You're moving forward is what you're doing. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Magician. You're making things happen. Also, I feel there were things hidden from you. Somebody may have hid things from you with the Magician and the Moon, both major arcanas. Magician is Gemini and Virgo energy. The Moon is Cancer and Pisces energy. But I feel there may have been things hidden from you by other people, or you're just keeping silent about what you're doing. I'm surprised the High Priestess didn't come out if that was the case. But this particular energy also means, with the Magician and the Moon, that some people will start to see your hidden talents, where you have talents that people know nothing about. And now that you're stepping up and you're not running away from things, people will be able to see talents that you kept secret from everyone. That they did. Some people may not know that you know how to write a novel. Some people may not know that you know how to sing. Some people may not know that you know how to drive a big rig. Some people may not know that you know how to fix air conditioning units. Some people may not know that you know how to repair cars. There are hidden talents that are about to come to light that you didn't tell anyone about. And part of the reason that some of these people didn't know about your hidden talents is because you weren't confident enough at the time. But again, the King of Wands is the one that was missing throughout this. Now, you're stepping into King of Wands energy to complete the 4 kings and take on that Emperor energy. And what that will bring you is wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. Also, it will bring you the Ace of Cups as well, which is more wish fulfillment. Something new coming in, something that satisfies you emotionally is what it will bring in. All because now you have a curiosity with the Princess of Swords. And you're standing your ground because you believe in yourself, the 7 of Wands. You're saying, I have the high ground. I'm confident. I know what I'm doing. I can make this happen. And then you have the Chariot. Cancer energy. We're in Cancer season. That's moving forward. This is also a victory card as well. This is also balancing, because don't forget, with the Chariot, you're balancing the light and the dark, the yin and yang. You're finding balance. Confidence brings balance to you. Now, let's go ahead and talk about these oracle cards right quick. Guess what? Key. Some of you, where you were thinking, where I brought up a home earlier, some of you are like, well, why haven't I moved into a home yet? Well, guess what? It isn't the time right now. Something will happen right when the moment is right. I'm not saying don't look. Continue to look, continue to save your money, continue to do continue to do the things that you do when you're preparing to buy a home. Once the universe lines everything up, that is when it will happen. But this is a key right here, and it's not just related to the home. This is a metaphor clearly, but I'm speaking specifically because of this 4 of Wands, where somebody is looking to move into a home. That home is coming. It says, new beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. You have to let go of the past. Don't worry about what you didn't get, what you didn't win. It doesn't matter now. Look forward, because the universe is trying to give you something. Something also just said door to romance. I looked at that key. I was looking at the key and I was noticing a heart. And then door to romance came to mind. So for some of you, the reason, because going back to the commitment thing earlier, again, I'm not picking up much romance, but I'll give you the basics that I'm getting. For some of you, the reason that you could not commit, or the reason someone didn't want to commit to you, is because you were holding on to something else, or either because you were holding on to something else, you didn't put the bandwidth needed into your search or your potential people that you're dealing with in order to truly give them all of you. In order for you to have a meaningful, genuine commitment, you need to let go of the past so you can give all of yourself to the future. On that one. Now, as for the other card, because I have 4 of them, this one is death. A time of, hold on, I'm looking at this. A time of natural transition and transformation. A time of natural transition and transformation. So this is basically confirming new beginnings. There is something changing, which honestly, we're always going through changes, whether they're small changes or whether they're big changes. We're always going through changes. This is just saying something is happening for you. Something different is manifesting, is what's happening. Now, third card that came out is goals. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. That's what I'm saying. Something's telling me to say this now. It isn't that God doesn't like you. It's that God's trying to make you stronger. That's what the situation is. It's almost like on this Korean drama called Boys Over Flowers. And he was explaining to Gael that when doing pottery, they take the cup and it's like in a crazy temperature. And after they bring the cup out, do everything with it, then they try to smash it. If they smash it, then that means it wasn't strong enough yet. So then they have to put it back into the hot oven, do everything over again, and then build it back up, mold it, so on and so forth. And then they'll do it again to see if they can smash it. If it gets smashed again, it's going back in there. And over again until finally when they do it and they have a hard time smashing it, it's like, okay, that's ready. It's not easily breakable. That's what's going on here. There's certain things for some of you that if you step into it in your current form or in your previous form, depending, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The form that you were in or are in is not the form needed for that blessing or for that environment. Some of you might need to build a tougher skin to deal with stuff because, as you know, if you're upgrading and leveling up, you know what they say, new levels, new devils. The brighter you shine, the more shadows you cast. So some people, if they're sensitive to what people say, then leveling up may not be the best thing for them because as soon as people come out to attack them, it's like, oh, they're talking about me. Why are they talking about me? I didn't do anything to them. I'm just trying to live my life. Whatever. It's almost like some of these celebrities. When they're like, you know, I want my privacy. I didn't ask for this. Well, dude, this is what you signed up for. So what you want us to do? This is what you signed up for. This is the deal. So with that, you don't want to be one of those people in a position or either you're elevating and then when you're in the new environment, you can't handle it. That's why some of this has happened to you. I don't believe that God doesn't like you. Even though you may have been in that energy. I honestly believe this is just, I feel like I'm hearing you're being equipped with armor. Every setback, every failure, everything is equipping you with armor. It's equipping you with a shield. It's equipping you with a sword. It's equipping you with a helmet. It's equipping you with chest armor. So on and so forth. That's what it's equipping you with. That way, when you go into battle, because it'll be on a totally different level once you ascend. If you notice, on a video game, the bosses get harder every level you go up. So you can't take armor from level 1 and expect to play on level 5. That's not happening. So that's what some of this is. And then finally, celebrations. Celebrations, which goes with the 4 wands, just saying. Four of Wands is a celebration card too. And it says, you are ready to bring new and exciting things into your life. So we have three cards that talk about new. We have the key with new beginnings. We have the death about transition and transformation. And then we have celebration about new things in here. So keep all of that in mind. All of this stuff that happened, and going back to, because I didn't do the waiting in line thing, because that was another thing I picked up too for some of you. With these three kings, I feel like you were waiting in line. Now, in some situations, it was, okay, they're taking each one is getting their turn, now it's your turn. For other situations, with some of you, it was that you didn't step up, and they did. Again, take what resonates, leave what does not. But you were waiting in line. That's going to be over now that you're taking action, now that you're more confident. And as you see all of this stuff roll in over time, I'm not saying it's happening overnight. Everything is a work in progress. As you see this happening over time, you're going to see that it wasn't that God didn't like you. It was that he was doing it for your good so you would be ready for the next level. All right. And that is the message. KIRWKC.com. I will start working on the other readings coming soon. Until next time, everyone, thank you for your support. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you for all the new people that are subscribing on Spotify. Like, though, every day it's like more people subscribing on Spotify. So shout out to Spotify. So, yeah, they've been good to me. Let me get going. Until next time, be blessed.